Join two, Venkat now join up two more people. Debasis and Shiva join.
Okay. A very good morning to everyone. I am Venkat. I am the facilitator and trainer for this particular course. So today I would like to give a demonstration about the significance of full stack Python and what you're going to learn as part of this particular content and what's the duration and what is your expectations and what kind of facilities we provide you. Let me talk about it. So firstly, we or the live instructor is going to handle your classes, and completely hands-on real-time project implementation is going to be demonstrated to you, and will be hold your hand till you get placed. So you will be having a technical support from our end, and we have a dedicated learning management system in order to provide you the reinforcement learning like video recordings and materials and quizzes and assignments. All the things will be provided for you. I think that would be the better way to learn nowadays, right? Yeah. So let's go ahead. So firstly, nowadays, I would like to give you very important things that, why we wanted to learn a programming, what is the need of that particular programming, without which can't we survive in a software industry is a very important point. So if we wanted to be get the justification towards this particular, why we supposed to learn the programming, there are three important reasons. The first one is, the problem solving. So nowadays, everything is going to be a problem. Problem solving is nothing but wherever there will be a task where human cannot solve it. Let's suppose we wanted to take transaction, bank transaction, bank transactions. So transactions made by manual or transaction made by the UPI. Which one is better? Obviously, it's a problem. If you visit the bank, absolutely, you will be having manually make a transactions will take hours together. Whereas the UPI, millions of the people can be do the transaction at a time. This is the one kind of a problem where we are able to solve by writing a softwares using a programming languages. So everything is going to be treated as a problem. If you want to solve the problem manually or maybe programmatically, there will be a huge difference. Therefore, we wanted to learn the programming in order to make the things to be problem solved very quickly. Time is saved and money is also be saved. That's where the programming is mandatory. Okay. Now, so there is a next reason is that why we supposed to learn the programming is innovation. So what do you mean by innovation? Absolutely, the innovation will be changes a lot of things. Let's suppose we had a driver, we had a car with, physical driver, and we have a train with a physical driver. Now we have a driverless car. We have a driverless metro. So we had a customer care people, customer care centers to manage the things. Now there will be a concept is called as a chatbot concept. So a lot of things are innovation is going on, because if you have a programming skills, we can make the things as the innovation. So that will be saves the money as well as that will be saves the time. That's the main reason where the innovation is going to be required. Obviously, the HRs are the human resource management, like, HR management is getting replaced by the agentic AI. Obviously, agentic AI is the robotic process based AI based products where the complete process is going to be equipped to be make the automation which is replacing the physical HR. This is an innovation which will be saves the money as well as which will be saves the time too. And in fact, it will be much more reliable, much more accurate also. I hope you understand that why we need to learn the programming to make the things as an innovation. Clear? Okay. Comes to automation. Absolutely, the automation is the everything now. Obviously, the automation is happening like, with the help of agentic AI. Agentic AI is the process with which the automation is going on. Obviously, RPA, robotic process automation, is the technology which will be automates the process. So where the main intention is human intervention is reduced. Human intervention is reduced. So with which, a lot of things will be happen very quickly without any bias. See, everyone required, unbiased solutions. So if we make an automation, absolutely, the manufacturing unit completely became autonomous, like, automation. So if we make the thing as an automation, human intervention will be reduced, cost will be reduced. In fact, it will be performed very quickly. That's the reason wherever the routine tasks are happening with a multiple people, will be replace them by make the things as an automation. So if you have an idea about, programming language such as a Python or other programming languages, we can make the things as an automation with which cost and time is getting reduced. Obviously, it will be highly secure and reliable too. These are the main three reasons why everybody should have a knowledge of the programming. If you don't have a programming knowledge, you will be working as a non-coding guy. Okay. Like now, what you are going to learn as full stack development. If you learn the full stack development, what are you going to learn? Absolutely, I'll be show you. Front-end technologies, such as, obviously CSS, HTML, frameworks, a lot of things you are going to learn as part of the front-end. If you go with the backend, certain frameworks such as React, Node, Django, Flash, Moonstruck, these are all things are going to be comes under backend frameworks. Comes to the databases, the physical backends are going to be work as a MySQL, MongoDB, Microsoft SQL Server, and PostGRS, and the cloud such as a Firebase, AWS, Azure, ServiceNow. These are all things you are going to learn. And obviously, after integrating front-end, back-end, and databases together, we supposed to be deploy on top of the servers so that the application will be going to be make use of it. So the front-end, like full stack development handles the complete web application lifecycle. If you learn this particular course, you are confidently become a full stack developer in order to develop the real world applications. And the key skills you're going to learn is that HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Python, frameworks, databases, and DevOps tools too. Okay. So why you choose the Python for full stack development? This the main reason is that easy to learn and the code can be done very easily because syntax and semantics are very easy when compared with other programming languages. And it has a powerful framework such as, Django, Flash. These frameworks will make us to be deploy the applications, and change management can be done as part of the integration portion. And the strong community support is there for the Python in order to do much more research and development and innovation and invention too. The support is for both the front end and back end is there community wise as well as, support wise, and lot of robust functions and packages are readily available as part of the platform where we can able to make use of them. Okay. So if you look at the Python full stack architecture, so here you are going to things to be like, you are going to learn it, Absolutely here, the user is going to interact with the browser. the browser is going to be made with the help of this kind of an applications and this particular technologies, HTML, JavaScript, CSS, and we can make the client to be interact with this particular platform. Obviously, the request will go to the framework called as a Django by the HTTP request, get, post, and patch and delete methods. The request accordingly, it will be able to take by the server, and then whatever the data is made available in this particular place is going to be interact with you by taking a request and sending back the responses to. So where the Python will be useful over here, Python is useful here. So where rest of the technology is also going to be learned in order to develop a complete application as a full stack. Right. So let's go ahead. So what are the features are there for the Python when compared with other programming languages to overcome the better features? So the Python is easy to learn. Absolutely, syntax and semantics are easy. The Python is portable language where exactly it will be develop the program on one platform and run anywhere else and download anywhere else, irrespective of the hardware and software specifications. So such kind of a code is getting generated by the Python because it is the interpreted language. Okay. The Python is scalable because even though there will be instantaneously lot of requests and responses will be increases, still the Python will be provide a singleton concept where it will be considered as a scalable programming too. The Python is having a lot of ecosystems of libraries, a lot of machine learning, AI, deep learning, natural language processing, a lot of LLM models, and a lot of multi interdisciplinary libraries are there. Therefore, we can say that it's a highly robust language in order to develop the ecosystem to be customized. And obviously, Python has a lot of community support. Hence, we can able to choose this particular programming in order to develop the real world applications. Comes to the Python will be provide a cross-platform compatibility whenever the multiple applications with the heterogeneous technologies will be communicate each other. And graphical user interface applications can be developed using remote applications and standalone applications using there is a tkinter is a module. And obviously, Python will be support to be communicate with all the backend databases designing, such as MySQL, MongoDB, NoSQL databases, relational databases, clouds, SaaS, PaaS, all this, right? And the cloud support, obviously, Python will be fully support by having a lot of drivers in between. Okay. So lastly, but not least, the Python is having a garbage collector in order to free the unnecessarily coding written by the developer, and that will be free the memory and return back to the operating system. That's a built-in facilities provided by the Python. Okay. So if you learn this particular Python full stack codes, what are the roles you are going to be fully eligible to gain the job? What is Python developer will become? Obviously, web developer you can become, DevOps engineer, because in the DevOps engineer, the Python is for automotives. Now, automation script, we used to be writing a Python script. And automation engineer as a validation and verification engineer, you can become. And comes to front-end technologies, you're going to learn hypertext markup language and JavaScript, which is a cascading style sheet, CSS, in order to graphically change the colors and look and feel of the pages. We have a CSS are much more useful, external, inline, and embedded too. And JavaScript is for the validation of the client side. We have a knowledge about a JavaScript. And frameworks, React.js, AngularJS, Node.js, and many more frameworks you are going to learn as part of the learning of the progressive classes. And backend technologies such as the Django framework, Flash framework, APIs like application programming interface and authentications are going to be learned as part of the backend technologies too. And fully databases as a backends, you are going to learn MySQL and MongoDB. CRUD operations like create, read, updation, and deletion operation are very quite commonly, while application is going to happen for the real world services to be gained. And Firebase Cloud you are going to be learn. So at least 20 projects you're going to learn using generative AI tools as well as a legacy approach too, with the help of these particular databases as a backend. And obviously, we are going to learn API development, obviously RESTful API using Django, and how the handling of the JSON data exchange for the real world electronic communication, and API authentication, as well as testing API with a request is a module which is made available in Python. Okay. The tools you are going to learn, such as a PyCharm, IDLE, Colab, Jupyter, Git, GitHub, and virtual environment. Apart from this, you are going to learn the generative AI tools such as the Cursor, Clad, OpenAI, absolutely. There will be other tools such as a Bolt. Many more things I would like to demonstrate as part of this. You just enroll for the course. I can show you that how exactly this particular full stack development is much more useful for the real world. And the deployment would happen on the AWS, Heroku, and other platforms too. And Docker containerization is also going to be used for the deployment of real world applications. And NGINX for the Django is used. And CI/CD pipelining for GitHub operations also going to be used in real world whenever we deploy the applications. The project workflow is going to happen. Firstly, we are going to create a front end, and we set up the Python backends and connect to the databases, and integrated with the front end and backend will make us a fully one web application to be deployed on top of the web application that can be used for real world operations to be happen. Right. So obviously, if we learn this, obviously, a lot of tools are going to be installed. These are the links will show you to redirecting how exactly these particular tools are going to be installed on top of the different operating systems. Okay. So as part of the Python full stack, I have shown you what kind of a main things you are going to learn as part of the full stack Python. I hope, if you have any kind of questions, those who have joined here, you can ask me for the further queries so that I could able to answer your questions. Yeah, Mr. Varun, Surjit, Suprit, Sunil Kumar.
So, sir, are we going to use React, Angular, and Vue.js and Node.js, as you said? Because these days they want somebody who knows Flask and Django as also, but they want to integrate it with Python with React, Python with
Yes.
Angular and all that. So those framework in Mern and Mean. So they want to these days the JDs are kind of mix. So are we
Correct,
going to
correct, correct.
learn that in depth?
Absolutely. Correct. Different companies are having different requirements. Somebody will use React as a framework. Somebody will use Node as a framework. Somebody will use Angular as a framework. Somebody will use Mernstock. Somebody will be using Django. Somebody will use other platforms. So you are going to learn
Yes.
Angular, Node, as well as React, apart from the Django. Yeah.
Okay. So that will be good because we will be able to apply for various jobs.
Correct, correct. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Correct, correct. Yeah. So, Mr. Srinivas, do you have any questions? Sunil Kumar, Surajit, and please confirm your comfortable time also. What time you would be able to attend the classes? Accordingly, I would be able to start the classes accordingly.
All right. And most probably, what time are you thinking? I mean, according to you, would be taking the classes in the weekdays, weekends, or in the
Yeah,
morning,
that depends
afternoon,
on
or
the
evening?
majority of the participants, whoever wants the time comfortably, Varun. Because people
Okay.
are working and somebody is pursuing BTech. Probably during
Right.
morning 10 to
Right.
evening 6 o'clock, people cannot attend. Accordingly, I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking like either I should
Mm-hmm.
choose, evening classes is better for the working people, I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Either after 8 o'clock or maybe after 7 o'clock, like that.
Okay. In the
Even somebody
weekends.
students from US and other country people also likely to be joined. Therefore, comfortably I could able to take evening times.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Pardon? Yeah, please. I'm requesting Mr. Surjit and Sunil and other participants also to be speak.
I don't have any query at this moment. If I have anything, then definitely I'll ask.
Yeah. What timings you are comfortably able to attend, Surjit? for the classes?
Evening timings after 8 or like that.
Hmm.
Let me check on that.
Okay. Yes, Sunil Kumar, are you there? Okay. So I hope people don't have any queries. Let me stop this particular demonstration and let me further communication will be takes place by the Anita. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Venkat.
Yeah. Yeah.